Hello everyone, Kyoslicer here, and today I wanted to talk about a game that's probably disappointed a lot of people that lived around the early 90s, or perhaps you even, and this game is just, I don't know where to begin on this game. I don't know whether to call it a ripoff or a sorry excuse for a ripoff, because I don't know what Sega was thinking, but not a lot of people know about this game, but I just wanted to discuss about it, do my review for it. And this game, called Wacky Worlds Creative Studio for the Sega Genesis, is just not terribly shit, but it's just not. It makes you wonder what the hell was Sega thinking about. I mean, I'm not trying to quote the angry video game nerd or anything like that, and if I am, I apologize, but I'm sorry, but Sega really could have done a lot better with this game. Now, what is it? Well, I guess it tried to be a Mario Paint clone by using Sonic, but if you look at the cover here, you see Sonic painting a dolphin, and then you have Tails holding up a wand, and you see a piano in the background. So you automatically assume you get to paint pictures, and you get to make your own music and whatnot. And it's got Sonic and Tails in this, so can't go wrong, right? Well, let me show you guys what's wrong with it. But before I begin, there is one neat thing about this game that really sets it apart, is that it used the Sega mouse. Now, a lot of people haven't heard about this device, and a lot of people just didn't even think Sega would do something like this, but they did. With the Genesis, they created this mouse that had 3 buttons and a pause button on the side, and obviously you move the mouse around as a directional pad. It can be used to replace the controller on some games, but it's used specifically for other games, and it actually plugged into the Genesis console. Now, yeah, they did. I don't know whether or not they rigged this off of Nintendo or not, but Nintendo did come out with a mouse accessory first before Sega, so maybe it was for competition reasons. I don't know, but here, let me just show you the game.
Alright, so here's the main screen. As you can see, there are 6 different worlds to choose from. There are no extras or unlockables ones. Unfortunately, there's just these 6. To select these worlds, all you have to do is move the Sonic cursor using the Sega mouse, and to select the world, you just click on it. What are in these worlds, you ask? There are different themes for each world. There's a house theme, a spooky theme, an underwater theme, an island theme, a space theme, and finally a royal castle theme. If you were expecting some Mario Paint type setting where you can pick different tools and brushes to paint a picture, sorry to break it to you, but all you can do in this game is grab stamps and rearrange them on a background. You can add more stamps from the upper toolbox, but unfortunately that's all you can do in terms of being creative here. I mean, you can change the color of the stamps, but that's it. This game would have been a little bit more decent if you could make your own stamps at least, but you can't do that here. Down in the lower toolbox you have 4 different cursors. The first one is used to grab stamps and rearrange them. The second cursor is used to make certain stamps animate by clicking on them. The third cursor lets you change the color of certain parts of the stamp. And finally, the fourth cursor deletes a certain stamp by clicking on it. Next to these cursors we have the on-off switch. Switching this off halts any animated stamps in the background and the music, allowing you to play the game in silence, which is probably a good thing for most people. This blue spear wrapped in a bow makes everything return to its default in the background. This icon here with Sonic on a saucer will bring you back to the main screen so you can select another theme. And finally, the radio icon brings you to the screen where you can compose your own music, which is kind of funny because this is barely considered a composer, by my standards anyway. It's more of some sorry excuse for a synthesizer, and here's why. All you do here is take music clips from different themes and stack them up on this machine. The tune will play in the order of how you place the music clips, and that's it. You can change the instruments around, but there's really no point because the sound effects just kind of sound annoying anyways. I mean, to me it is. I don't know how you would feel about it, so why don't you take a listen for yourself. Now there's not much to say about the graphics, just typical 16-bit graphics, nothing special really. Some characters from various Sega games appear as cameos in this game as well, such as Tails, Echo the Dolphin, ToeJam and Earl, etc. Unfortunately, I think that if it weren't for Sonic being on the cover of the box of this game, no one would have bought this game twice. Also, look at the box for just a second. If you were 8 years old and seen this in the store, you would immediately see Sonic and think, wow, a game with Sonic. And you would also see that you can create animated worlds and compose cool music. You would immediately think this is Sonic the Hedgehog's version of Mario Paint, but sadly enough, you purchase the game and find that things mentioned at the front of the box are very limited. The only thing that was really accurate that was on the front of the box is that it included the mouse controller, which was a pretty innovative thing back in the day, but Nintendo had a head start already with Mario Paint. So you can clearly see lots of people were turned off by this semi-Mario Paint ripoff. All in all, I give this game a 6 out of 10. Some liked it, some didn't, but its overall quality could be a lot better.
So you can really see that this game was more targeted towards younger children, of course, but even for a game that was, you know, targeted to that sort of audience, they could have done a lot better, especially since they tried to incorporate a mouse controller, and I don't know much else to say. And what's worse is that this game came out in 1994. Mario Paint, on the other hand, came out in 1992. So really, Sega had no excuse as to have a game that was inferior to Mario Paint. Unless Sega purposely made it this way. But come on, Sega should know that the quality for this is just bad, you know. So if you ever find yourself at a flea market or a pawn shop or whatever, and you come across two of these games, I'd say pick this one up. Even if this one comes with a mouse controller and this does not, just buy a mouse controller off the internet or something, because even staring at this cartridge is more appealing than playing this. Sad to say, but that's just what I believe. Anyways, thanks for watching. Everyone have a great day.